spoken by hip-hop culture, with DJs and singles, graffiti art are expressed every day within the inner cities of America and the world. You are not doing hip-hop, you are hip-hop.
Oh man, good afternoon, good afternoon. You know what? I keep talking about putting out a record. I really can't sing. I mean, I can carry a note, but singing is not my gift, but that does not stop me from creating songs whenever a tune gets into my head. So, oh man, let me tell you real quick before we get into today's topic, because I got some fresh content. Oh my goodness. The winter storm came through Texas yesterday. There was still a little bit of snow and what have you, depending on where you live today. And yet and still, these people out here drive as if this is perfect weather conditions. It is not. So it is timely that today's topic is about the foolishness we have to deal with, i.e. the driving or the piss poor driving that gets next to me and mine. Okay, yes. So I just want to make sure, I'm trying to, I got a couple of things going on. One, I know that I am colorful in my language when I'm in my car. Now, when my mama's there, I work really hard to keep it together. I lost the letter F this past Saturday. I lost it. I was like, so I'm going to work really hard today, but we'll see how it goes. Let me get my intro going, and then we are going to get into it. Welcome to Girl. Listen, I am Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack. It is it's that time, 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern, where we want to get into some things on my soapbox. And this is streaming live to YouTube and LinkedIn. I suggest coming over to YouTube. It's a better experience. But what do I know? You know what I'm saying? But whether you're watching here now, live, or in the replay, I would love to know where you are tuning in from. And if you've had to deal with any of this winter storm that is moving across the country, let me know that too. Shout out to my partners. Hello, sister. How are you? How are you? Ooh, girl. I mean, now, I know you and I have had chats about driving. But I'm gonna say this: I didn't have all this gray. You can't see all my gray because when I get my hair cut, I look bald. I'm not bald. Even if I was, I still look good. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but I got more gray. In fact, I picked up all my gray moving back to Texas when I started driving. Picked up all of it. There are pictures. There's proof. Picked up all of it from driving in Texas. Shout out to Ron. Hello, welcome, sir. We got David in the building. Hello, David. Good to see you here. And yeah, we are just going to. Not a lot of things irritate me. Not a lot, really. But driving, something about the roads. I don't know what it is. Something about the roads absolutely gets next to me. I'm just trying to figure it out. Jessica, hey, she tuned in from H-Town. She's in the spring area. It is cold. The wind has picked up out here. It is cold. It's 30 something. It was 35 earlier. I think with the wind chill, it's maybe 32, 31. But the sun is out. The sun is out, so I'm happy to have that. Dave is from East Texas and Kenton. Sweet is just cold. Look, it's winter. I'll take it. I mean, it's not. I enjoy the cold. I had a really great winter wardrobe when I lived in New York City. I had the best winter wardrobe. I had my hats, my scarves, my gloves. I had multiple coats and boots. But then when you get here and you're driving all the time, it's like, what's the point? What is the point? So let me talk about today's topic, because I would love to hear some of your pet peeves too. It is the Car Commotion Chronicles. I like alliteration, even though I stutter. I like alliteration because I don't know. It just kind of works together. I want to talk about my pet peeves. It's the beginning of the year. You know what? I know I shouldn't wish for things, but I wish that people would get it together in regards to driving. Now, I'm going to say this really quick. I'm going to take off my readers because I'm not reading right now. Hold on. I wish that we could return to a time where people actually knew how to drive, right? Now, you pushing the start or turning your key, that's just operating a vehicle. That is not driving. Those are two different things. I come from the era of taking defensive driving and anticipating what could be happening before it happens. I come from the era of knowing that caution sign that blinks when you have the left turn signal and there's no cars coming, you can actually make the turn. I come from people understanding how to operate at a four-way stop. Okay? Now, I didn't get my license until I moved back to Texas. So yes, in my 30s, whatever. I mean, I was in New York. Like, do you really need a license? Like, do you? I mean, just saying. I got it, but I'm just saying. So, me reading the book, understanding that merging is like using a zipper, one, not you putting your vehicle in the middle of two lanes because you don't want anybody to cut in front of you. Okay. Now that I have said that, let me talk about some honorable mentions because, man, I get a lot of good content on my dash cam. You know what I'm saying? Ron's from New York City, so Ron knows. I get a lot, and I can't believe the stuff I see. I really can't. And there's a part of me like people like to say, well, people drive differently and other. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Some of these are very basic rules. So I want to start off with my honorable mentions because there are things that irritate me, and I mean I go off. They irritate me to my core, and it has nothing to do with me. So I'm gonna start with my neighbor. Okay, my neighbor. Now, the first picture, that top corner, that's my neighbor's son's car. That's his car. But as you can see, his car is blocking my neighbor's driveway. Not his mama's driveway. Not his mother's driveway. It is blocking my other neighbor's driveway. Now, if you can see, there's like the smallest bit of concrete there. There's not very much. There's not enough for a car to park there. And normally my neighbor has his truck parked there, but he'll leave throughout the day. He'll go run some errands and then he'll come back. I get that it's not my house. I get it. But there's nothing more agitating than to see somebody not be decent enough to not block the driveway of someone's home. Now, those red arrows, those are all the places, and pardon me, mama, if you're here, these are all the places where his bitch ass could park, okay? He can park in the driveway. He can park there. He can block her driveway. He can park in front of her house, right by her mailbox. He could do all of that, but yet and still, he continues to block this man's driveway. Now, me, I just get his car towed. I'm not gonna go, knocking on doors, hunting for who this car may belong to. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. I would just get his car towed. But when I say every week, multiple times a day, no, a week. Yeah. Now I get his mama's going through some things. I get it. But you don't block somebody's driveway. You just don't. These are like some of the biggest things that you just don't have to do. As Jessica says, people can't drive. They need driver's education. They don't even know how to use a median and go to the right side. Girl. Mm-hmm. As David says, biggest truck goes first in Texas. And yes, that is not the correct area to park. It is not. And it would be, even if it's a quick, I'm gonna run inside and run out, then block her driveway. But he doesn't run in. He is there for an hour and change. Why? Because I am Gladys. I am Evelyn. I'm always in my window. That's how I know how long he's there. That's how I know. Yeah. Irritating. Even when people come to my home, I ask them to park in the driveway because I don't like I don't like blocking up the neighborhood streets, right? That irritates me too. If you have a car that doesn't run, give it up. Don't leave it on the street and just let it get all kinds of, it's just irritating. But yeah, he irritates me. I'm so tempted one of these days to go and say, man, move your car into your mama's driveway. I mean, it doesn't take that much to do it. But next to parking is this foolishness. This right here kills me. Now, I tend to park in the boonies, people. Gwendolyn likes to park out by herself, not because I think my car is special. I just like being by myself. And I don't understand, with all the parking spots in the world, why people have to either park next to you or park right in front of you. It's the same thing if I was on a bus or the subway. You have a plethora of seats available to you. You do not have to come sit yourself next to me. It's not necessary. It is not. And every time I go out, I come back, and then there is somebody who's like, oh, there's a spot right in front of this car. Let me park that. Don't park there. Don't park next to me. Just don't. And I have to think that humans somewhere have this sort of like group mentality that we should all be huddled up. I am not part of that. I am a loner. I park out in the boonies because I don't want anyone to be next to me. And there is nothing more agitating than to come out of a store and see somebody park next to you. Like, I don't understand. You got a bucket load of parking spots. Park your shit someplace else. You ain't got to park next to me or in front of me. I know. These are the small things. And yes, David, when I say all the driveway, let me go back really quick. Let me go back. Just because I can. So before I moved to this neighborhood, the house that is off to her right, you know, it's a rental. People do things, and clearly there were some issues back in the day. And she got some bad neighbors. And so she started parking her car on the street so that those people couldn't have anybody come to their house. Well, the person who owns the property has cycled through a couple of renters. And even though that was the case, she would still park her car there so that they can have any visitors. Atrocious. But also, it impacts me coming out of my yard sometimes. Right? I like to back up and back up. What can I tell you? So I was like, hey, neighbor, are you going to drive this car or sell it? Because I just hate seeing cars on the side when it's not necessary. She didn't want to park it in her car in her driveway, because she didn't want it to leak oil, but her car wasn't leaking oil. Her garage completely empty, not a vehicle in sight, not any junk in sight. Empty garage, empty driveway, and yet and still you park your car there. There was a day when one neighbor on my right was having a pool installed, so construction work, delivery, and then my other neighbors were moving, so a moving truck. We had to pretty much, I don't want to say threaten her, but almost threaten her. The school bus couldn't get down the street. Her car is in the way. You got this 18-wheeler, this pup truck. It was a hot mess. These streets aren't very wide. So I just didn't get why she just wouldn't move her car. So I asked her a couple of times, are you going to ever drive your vehicle? If not, my brother-in-law wants to buy it. And after 3 times of asking her, she finally said, is this bothering you? I was like, yes, it's bothering me. Yeah, it bothers me. Get your junk off the street. You're not driving it because she went out and got a new car. And that is now in the garage. And shout out to my mother who is here. Shout out to my mama. So we're going to keep talking about these next things. These were the honorable mentions. Here's my next one because I don't get it. Lights. Now these are no lights. Now I know that there are some people who are doing things like some, I don't know, initiation type stuff. I'm not talking about that, although it's still wonky. I am talking about all the people who get brand new vehicles and never take the time to learn how to turn on their headlights and their brake lights. I am seeing more and more cars on the street that have no brake lights. First of all, the lights are not just for you. It's for all of us who have to ride around with you and deal with your foolishness. I don't think people know that even a white car looks like a shadow at night. Multiple people, brand new tags, no lights on. The least you can do is figure out how to operate your lights, right? Take 5-15 minutes and put on your daytime running lights. I don't know why people are like, well, do I really need them? Yes, you need them because I can't see you. I can't see you. So we have to work on some things. That's a major one. And again, I get that people want to do stuff because they're trying to, I don't know, join a gang or something. But put your lights on, especially in the rain. Like I had a 2007 Camry. Okay. Even it had daytime running lights that as dusk came, it was like, boop, lights come on, internal lights come on. Everything's great. I don't understand how we have these fancy vehicles and y'all don't have y'all lights on. Like, make that make sense to me. Make that make sense. You know, here's our next one. And my mama was just here for this. People who drive too slow. So slow that you can cause an accident. So we were headed out of town, trying to get on I-10. I had to go around this Toyota because it was pissing me off. But then, as I'm trying to go around, now the speed limit is like around 50 something, almost 60 up here, right? And I get that it's a curve and you can do all you got to do. I get it. But this Mercedes that was slower than molasses, holding up traffic. At one point, I didn't even have my foot on the pedal. It wasn't even necessary because that's how slow they're going. But if I come down this ramp and I recognize that I am going 40 as I am attempting to get on a highway, that's dangerous. So it's not just you're driving too slow and it's irritating all of us. It is your driving is causing commotion for us, as if we now have to get on slower. And that causes an accident. When you're driving too slow, that can cause an accident. And that should be noted. Like, please understand. Even I had to go around this Mercedes. And you know, let me step back really quick. Hold on. Let me step back real quick on that. Because it's not just me going around you, but have you guys noticed that when you decide to go around somebody, all of a sudden they want to speed up? Have you guys noticed that? I've noticed it lately. I've noticed lately that when I now say, you know what, you're moving too slow, I'm going to put on my signal and go around you, all of a sudden you want to speed up. Why? Why are we doing that? Why not just drive the freaking speed to begin with? Keep the flow of traffic. You want to drive slow? Drive slow. I don't have to drive behind you. But I've noticed that. I have noticed that little part, and it just absolutely irritates all of me. In my core, it does. Yes, lights are automatic. These are automatic. 2007, people. 2007. There is no reason why you should not have your lights be automatic at this point. None whatsoever. Ron says, like I say, most people don't know how to drive and don't care to learn. Ooh. Yeah, well, I don't, I've never really seen you drive, but I've seen your brother drive, and he is slow as molasses too. I darn near ran him over because he was moving so slow. I was like, bro, you're not gonna get a ticket. You can at least go get halfway there. Jessica says, listen, I'm like Luda, I'm doing 100 on the highway. So if you're doing the speed limit, my way. Okay, real talk, I had to take that song out of my car because it would get me all riled up. It's not good. I don't have a couple of songs in my car because it gets me riled up. That is one of them. That is one. I love Luda, but I can't. My attitude won't let me go there. So here's my next one. Here's my next. Can we talk about texting and driving? There is nothing, in my opinion, that is that important that you have to text and drive. There isn't. There's nothing. And I know that we have talked about it. There's a lot of places where you get a ticket for it. There is nothing that is that important. If it was, you would call me. But I like the whole texting, driving thing and hitting the brakes because it's so agitating. Do what you got to do. Call the person. Why are we still doing that? Why are we still doing that? They even have where you can do voice to text. I don't like talk to it. But why are we still doing that? And there are people, forgive me, who hold their phone in their hand like it's a binky while they're driving. 10 and 2, right? It's 10 and... Like, what exactly is happening that you have to be on your phone while you're driving? There is so much stupid stuff happening while we're driving that you should probably put your eyes on the road and give that your full attention. But I don't get it. I don't understand the texting and driving. Like, why are we still doing that? Even if you're lost and you've got your Google and whatever maps, pull off the road. And I really do mean pull off the road. Like, we've seen people stop in the middle of the street. No hazards. I'm just going to stop. I'm like, you're in the road, man. Yes. I don't know why we're still doing that. Texting and driving people are the worst. Put that damn phone down. Yes. There is not that much going on. And I have to believe that there's a part where people feel as if they should be entertained every single second of the day. Driving is entertaining. There's a lot going on out there. So you want to text and drive, it's just, woosah. First of all, Gwendolyn does not text and drive. Okay? Now, I do talk and drive. I am on my phone, but here's what's funny about that one, really quick. When I talk on my phone, I don't do this. I don't hold my phone. Now, I'm gonna say this too. It is 2025. I know good and damn well you can get Bluetooth in your car. You can get an earpiece. There is no reason why we are still holding our phone and talking. I've seen people in my neighborhood in their Cadillacs, the Lexuses, the Mercedes, and they are holding their phone. I know that this luxury vehicle of yours it's got to have Bluetooth. You can't tell me your phone is not attached to your car. Even if you were to rent a vehicle, you can have your phone attached to the rental vehicle. Why are we still doing this? Why are we still holding our phone and talking? It ain't the 80s, man. And I know that these Bluetooth speakers, they got to be hella cheap. I mean, I don't know, does the dollar store sell them? They cannot be expensive at this point. That technology is really old. You holding your phone and talking and driving is whack. Extremely whack. Just stop. I don't get it. Make it make sense. If it's an emergency, you can call me. But again, now, I use my technology the way that I believe it should be used. So depending on what I'm doing, I will turn on the driving mode that says, hey, I'm driving. I'll get back to you later. Our phones do this, people. Our phones tell people that we're driving. Don't text me. It does that for us. But, a lot of us don't use our phone for what it can do, but whatever. Let me talk about this one because people act like we have telepathy and it don't work. Okay. There is none. This whole, I'm just going to like ride around and get over in your lane and then exit and then just like not a signal in the world. Now, this is not as bad as what I've seen some other people where they zipping and zagging in and out of people's lanes with no signal, or they want to ride in your blind spot. They want to be right beside you because they want your lane, but have put on no signals that says, hey, I want to get over. You got to communicate. Use your tools. Okay, use your words, use them blinkers, use them left and right. Because I don't know what you're doing. What I do know that is that you in my blind spot, that irritates me. There was somebody today, as a matter of fact, who was, this is coming up, they were in the passing lane, but couldn't go fast enough and just would not get over. They thought that they would just get in front of Gwendolyn. I'm gonna tell you right now, what you're not gonna do is get in front of me when I'm already going a certain speed. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. So what I do typically, if I'm in that lane, knowing that the passing lane is blocked, I just speed up to give them room to get over and get out the way and let traffic keep going. That's what Gwendolyn does. Because I'm reading the traffic like, oh, look at this commotion. This guy is riding right beside me like we go together. We do not. Get out of the passing lane. Get it moving. This one, oh my. All right, now let me say this really quick because I cut out a good chunk, but this is on 35, and there is a place, if you use your traffic signs, that says 3 miles out, Fort Worth, these 2 lanes, Dallas, these 2 lanes. There is this fascination of driving in the left lane the entire time you're on the highway, because you just get in slow as molasses and get all the way to the left lane and just sit there. I don't know what that's about. Just, yeah. But the sign said 2 miles out. Okay. And then it's like 1 mile out. And there are symbols on the highway that say Fort Worth, Dallas. And yet and still, I'm trying to catch my leg because my mama watching. Yet and still, you stay there. You stay there to the point where you are now having to like run up and have to cross over because you didn't want to get behind somebody. I mean, like, really? Seriously? Make it make sense. And I don't understand. At any point, you are always behind somebody. You're always behind somebody. That's just how it works. But this whole deal of, I'm going to stay in the left lane to the very last moment and then exit the freeway and damn near cause an accident. Screw all of you people. This certain level of entitlement, like, you may not care about your life and getting to your destination safely. I do care about mine. And, you know, I just really, or they put the signal on as they are moving. Girl, let me tell you, hold up, Jessica, girl. Let me tell you. Okay. Jessica did not see my presentation before this show, but it is timely because this guy didn't believe in science. Now I'm gonna say this real quick. I have removed the volume from these videos because I am very colorful in my language and my mama watching. So I am being respectful, but trust, as my daddy said, how many MFs did you drop today? We dropped a lot. Now I get that you want to get over, but I'm already there. See, science says that you just can't come over into somebody's lane. Yes, I did stop and talk to him. I am that one. I'm gonna stop and talk to you. Yes, I did it. Damn right, I sure did. And then I'm going to keep my spot. You should know your traffic by now. You should know like your neighborhood traffic, especially with schools. You should know that one lane is always blocked up. So don't get in it. Don't get in that lane. And what you also shouldn't do is drive like this and then jump in front of somebody and then start hitting your brakes. When I say agitating, let me tell you, that language, girl. Ooh, Gwendolyn says some words that day. I said it. I get that you may want to get over But I already have that spot. See, in science, you can't have two things in the same spot at the same time because it don't work that way. It don't work that way. And second, my car is paid for. What we not gonna do is hit my car that is paid for. Now, I know some of you are saying, Gwendolyn, you should be careful. People are crazy and they're doing things and you shouldn't react that way. I don't know. I may be in the people who were crazy. Because you jumping in front of me, actually literally coming over as if my horn, which I was holding down, as if you didn't hear it. Yeah, he heard something that day. I think everybody named Mama heard something that day. Oh, man. I was heated. I'm just like, what is this? Like, what is it? That whole like last minute, I'm gonna jump over. You need to give people like fair warning. Now, I will say this. Yeah. This idea of, well, I had my signal on, but you still have to be let over. Someone already owns that spot. You can't just jump in there because you feel like it. You can't. And all of a sudden, people are not even following the school zone speeds. I don't know what that's about. I have had people get on my tail, like literally tail me. I'm thinking, them lights, it is 20 miles per hour, man. 20. If you want to go around and get the ticket. I'm not going to be that one. Like, we're not doing that. Gwendolyn is not doing that. So much has changed. And I don't know if it's a matter of entitlement. No, yes, it is. It's entitlement. It's entitlement. It is, I don't have to follow the rules. I don't have to think about everyone else who is out here with me. I can be a jackass and the world will just deal. No. Let's not do that. But hold up. We have to go to our number one, because I know it irritates you guys too. That left lane, now this car, that little Cadillac right there, okay, so again, the black car wanted to get around. They speed up. So here comes somebody else. They were doing this whole brake checking thing. And I mean, for at least 6 miles. At least 6 miles. This person sat in that left lane. And when someone wanted to go around them, they would speed up. So another car is here, so you can't. This is why traffic doesn't move the way it ought to move. And I know all of you know about people sitting in the left lane. Now, Mama, I know you here. So I'm going to try to do this right. But it's the passing lane, not the fast lane, not the speeding lane. It is the passing lane. It says left lane for passing only at certain points, but it's just 2 of them. It's the passing lane. So the idea is you get in. Whatever car you want to pass, you pass it, then you get your bitch ass out. And then the traffic keeps going. If you notice now, people move without intention. They drive that way. They sit in the left lane, passing no one. And we wonder why traffic isn't going the way it should. Because you people don't want to do right. You move without intention. And I'm going to say this too. Even if you're going fast, someone else is always going faster, which is why you get in and you get out. It's like double dutch, like you get in, you jump out, right? It's like jump rope, like you get in. Yeah, you don't stay there. And there's always that one, I always go fast. No, you don't. There is always someone wanting to go faster. Always. I find myself, and I have to, I have to go to Houston tonight. I like to be in the left lane. Take it back, the right lane. I want to get in the left and get out. I like to be on cruise control. And in Texas, depending where you are, you can be in the right lane doing 90, especially out in West Texas, because the speed limit is 80. 80. 80. And even then, people are getting tickets. Why? Like, what? Yeah. Get in, get out. But I noticed last week, the left lane wasn't moving. Why? Because you have people in there who shouldn't be there. You're not passing anybody. Get out of the way and then get back to pass the truck. It's like, I don't get it. but agitated just a little. So much of I skipped my mama last week. I didn't even include the video here. I'll have to share it later. And I admit, I will hit 100 in a hot second if I have to get around piss poor drivers. It's the one time I will openly speed, be like, if I get this ticket, I get this ticket. Oh, well, but I'm not staying here. I'm not doing that. Yes. She said that grinds my gears. Move and stop riding side by side. Yes. This is why the traffic is as bad as it is. People don't want to do right. And I do believe entitlement is extremely strong this year. Now, I admit to being petty. What we should not do is, here's the example, 2 lanes, and there is an 18-wheeler who needs to pass another 18-wheeler. So they can't go that fast, right? They are scaled to go a certain speed limit. So I'm not going to ride their bumper because I can't go anywhere. But what you shouldn't do is ride up on me all of a sudden. Like, you don't see like all of this vehicle in front of you. I don't get it. That I don't get. That irritates me. That does. And there are times where I will be petty and I will sit in the passing lane a little bit longer just to piss somebody off. I admit to doing it. I admit it. Gwendolyn does it. She does it. Whatever. You've heard worse. I admit to doing it. I also admit that if you think that when I get over to pass a truck and you're like, let's say half a mile back, you want to speed up on me, I will hit 100 in a second. I want you to catch me if you can. Now, I will tell you, most folks don't do it. I don't know. Sometimes the Virgo in me is a little petty. I admit to doing it. I admit it. What I do want to say is this. We need to be safe out here. Real talk. I didn't get into the highways and byways in terms of like our neighborhoods because I could. I mean, I have videos for days. Woosah. Now, my siblings believe that I drive awful. I am not an awful driver. I'm actually quite safe. Even when I'm doing 100 miles an hour, I'm actually quite safe. I know that sounds awful. Don't judge me. But I did get some of my driving vibes from my dad and my auntie. If you thought, if you've ever been in the Garden and you think this is bad, you have not seen my auntie and my dad. Oh my, that was something special. But while we're out here, I do want to say this again, be safe before we go, because I need to get on the road and deal with whatever's out here. Now, the roads are looking pretty good. They're still a little wet. And yet and still, for whatever reason, people want to drive faster. From my understanding, because I just read that book not too long ago, the speed limit is when you have perfect driving conditions. Water on the road would not be considered perfect driving conditions. You probably should slow down. Just saying. Right? But we do have our sponsors, and I'm actually one of them. 𝐏𝐵 by G specializes in on-location and in-studio headshots, family portraits, and senior portraits. Located in Arlington, Texas, we serve the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area as well as Houston and its surrounding areas, but it doesn't stop there. We're also known for our destination portraits, traveling to wherever you are. So if you want on-location or studio portraits, you want to go ahead and talk to us at our website. You can schedule a risk-free consultation at 𝐏photographybyg.com or call 713-714-7651. Now, I know you guys are always thinking about my glasses. You're like, where does she get her glasses? Let me tell you, I have been shopping with Glitz Optical. She offers not only a physical store location in Dallas, but she can style you virtually, or she can visit your home. So check out Glitz Optical. You can go to their website, schedule a consultation, glitzopticalonline.com. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think the gremlins are having their time with me. Now, we were here just last week. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but for the second time this week, Gwendolyn is not being allowed to end her stream. So I'm going to figure this out. Clearly, I don't know if the podcast gods love me or something, but a chick would like to get out of her stream without extra. So let me see how this works. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to click the button. We're going to see if it lets me go, but just in case it doesn't, next week, we are talking about Martin Luther King and his dream, right? Because he had a dream, and here we are multiple decades later, and I am just curious where we are going and what else needs to be done. So it's going to be a really good conversation. So just bring all your thoughts. But okay, with that, let me see. Let me see if it'll let me go. Okay, so yeah, it's not, because I don't even have a screen anymore. It's completely black. Now, you have to appreciate the fact that I like sharing all of this with you, because you're like, why do we need to know this? Because Gwendolyn is doing what Gwendolyn does. That's what she does. While I'm here, let's see if I can, I can't even touch anything. Well, hot diggity dog. Well, that's nice. Oh, I tell you, you know what's great about going live is that you get all the things with it. Now, oh, okay, so I can see that something has come up. All right, well, that's good. Maybe it's going to let me go. I don't know. We're going to find out. I would love to figure out why it is 2 weeks in a row now that I can have a great show. And then it's like, no, encore. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to let it do its thing as I slowly get myself to a place of, I need to get out of here because I want to get on the road, but looks like it's going to take us a little while, people. And that's okay. But I will drive safe. My mama always says drive safe. I will always drive safe. I know sometimes I can look a little wonky and whatnot, but trust me, Gwendolyn wants to get to her destination safely. And I want all those around me to get to their destination safely as well. So let me see. They're giving me a button. Hold on. If this happens to be my way out, I'm going to see y'all next week. Hey, it's G. Thank you for watching this episode of Girl Listen. Be sure to catch me every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And while you're here, I cordially invite you to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you all next week.